everybody, it's Mrs. Tuccio from 2nd grade, here with my dogs, Sunny and Finn, and we're going to read you the story, Leo's First Vote. My dad just became a United States citizen. This means so much for our family. Best of all, it means that he gets to vote for the President of the United States. He promised to take me with him. My teacher, Miss Beck, is excited about voting too. This year, we will have a mock presidential election, she tells us. You mean we get to vote for the president? Asks Henry. Well, not officially. Does anyone know how old you have to be to vote in the United States? I remember this question from my dad's citizenship test. 18. In the United States, there are two main parties who put up a candidate for president, explains Miss Beck. Voters mark their ballots for the candidate they think should win. Who are you going to vote for? Henry asks me. You don't have to answer, says Naya. Our ballots are secret. That means no one knows who you vote for unless you want to tell. That's good to know, but who should I choose? At home, Dad and I watch each party announce their candidates at the national conventions. That sure looks like a party to me, says Dad. But this doesn't sound like a party, I say. It sounds like arguing. These debates are important, says Dad. The candidates are telling us their ideas for the country. After weeks of listening to the candidates and hearing about them and hearing about them and hearing about them, Dad decides who he wants to vote for. I do too. The election is still over a month away, but it's all anyone can talk about. At our family dinner, my cousin Ray tells us he's not going to vote. What's the point? He says, do you really think one person is going to make a difference? I feel like a deflated balloon. Is Cousin Ray right? Does one person's vote not matter? At the grocery store, some college students hand out maps. Do you know your polling place? That's where you go vote. Look, Dad, ours is close to our house. At back to school night, I see Naya standing with her grandma. Have you registered to vote? Naya's grandma asks. Register? Dad and I didn't know about this. Every voter must sign up to vote in their state, she explains. Don't worry, I can show you how to check your registration. Thank you for doing this, Dad says. Voting is one of our most important rights as citizens, says Naya's grandma. It's a right that people in the past have fought for and are still fighting for today. On the night before Election Day, Dad studies his sample ballot. This election is not just about the president, he tells me. I'll be voting for senator, mayor, and more. So many important decisions to make. But Dad, what if Cousin Ray is right? What if one person's vote doesn't matter? Dad pulls me close. Sometimes the world's big problems can make you feel small. But tomorrow, I will cast my vote for people who want to change things for the better. Believe me, it's not like that everywhere in the world. I hug my dad, but I'm still not sure. The next morning, we fill out our ballots to vote in our mock presidential election. We'll tally up the results after lunch, says Miss Beck. It's fun, but I know my vote didn't actually count. Will my dad's? At recess, I sit alone. I think about the college students helping people find their polling places. I think about Naya's grandma helping people register to vote. They must believe that one person's vote matters. After lunch, Miss Beck tallies the results of our mock election. The votes are tied so far, shouts Henry. And there's just one ballot left, says Naya. And our last ballot is cast for candidate 1. When Dad gets off work, I rush to his car. Let's go vote! At our polling place, there were so many people. We get closer and closer. My tummy feels like it's floating with confetti, and then our line slows down. Oh no, says Dad. The polling place closes at 7. We may not make it inside in time. I look at all the people waiting in line who have come to make their voices heard. Suddenly, I remember the paper Naya gave me. Dad, look, if you're in line to vote when the polls close, you still vote. We should stay in line. We turn to the people around us. Stay in line. They turn to the people behind them. Stay in line. Word spreads. People stay. We help one another because each vote matters. Every single one. The end. And it says, historic turnout. What a great story. If you like it, give it a vote.